Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, your host. Tonight I am here with an amazing woman that is getting ready to take us on a roller coaster ride. Okay, life, it went so many changes, so many turns, but y'all know how I do it. I allow my guests to introduce themselves. Catrese!
Hi!
Introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Catrese Fields Austin, aka Bosscat Queen Diamond.
I love that Bosscat. That's my favorite part of it.
My clients actually named me that.
Bosscat.
Bosscat.
I like that.
Yeah, so I'm a public speaker. I'm a four-time bestseller author. I'm also a CEO of a for-profit and non-profit company.
Wow.
I have I'm a film director as well, so I am filming as well. So there's a lot of different things that I can
wear a lot of hats, y'all.
I wear a lot of hats. I can't go on and on about it. But
well, we're going to dig in deep. We get ready to dig in deep and find out some things. Okay, so can you share your journey with us from what were you like as a child? And how was your upbringing?
Wow, that's funny you asked that. So I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and my mother was murdered when I was 4 years old. And of course, my father had never been in my life, so my grandparents at the time were separated, so they came back together to raise me and my brother. So I'm the oldest, and he is a year younger than me. And so they moved us from New Jersey to North Carolina eventually. So I'm a city girl and a country girl.
Yeah,
I got both worlds. I got both worlds. But yes, and so I talk about in my book about my upbringing. And you go through a lot of trauma growing up, and a lot of things that happen with my family, where I've seen nothing but a lot of fighting, going on, survival going on. And so, but I also seen togetherness, inside of my family as well, and helping others. That's how I was raised. And so sacrifice is another thing that I seen of love. Sometimes we don't know what love looks like.
Especially back then.
Back then.
Yeah. Can you tell me one thing? Because it's gripping my heart. How was your mother killed?
Her boyfriend killed her. They were in my grandfather's bar. He owned a bar in New Jersey. And they were playing pool, and he went in the bathroom. He had smoked some drugs, and when he came out spiraling, shooting. People were running. And of course, my mother was a very strong woman, and she wasn't running. So she was standing there, and the bullet got caught in her chest.
Wow. So you say it might have been, his drugs might have been...
It could have been part of the problem. As I become older, I found out more because I wanted to know about who he was. I remember him as a child, but I wanted to know who he was. I didn't know who he was. He was there. He was present. But I didn't know what type of man he was. And I found out later that he had been heavily on drugs.
Okay. So it could have been a psychotic.
It could have been a psychotic moment that kicked in.
Nevertheless, he did something.
But he did
some
something
damage.
that he shouldn't have done. Yeah.
Okay. So moving back, so y'all moved to North Carolina, you were the oldest out of you and your brother.
Yes.
Your grandparents were your parents.
Yes.
Did y'all call them mommy and daddy?
We did.
Okay.
We did. My brother did not know that they were not our parents.
Right. Okay.
Until after they passed away, and I explained it to him. And that gave him a meltdown, which caused him to turn to drugs. And so that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've been clean for 15 years, so I know the story. I have the story of that too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was actually going to crack houses looking for my brother in North Carolina, just trying to find him and get him back. Yeah. And he's doing great now. He's doing great.
We do recover.
Yes.
Brother, we do recover. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So take us through that childhood you were kind of probably a teenager at this point of your life, growing up in North Carolina.
Yes, I was a teenager. So of course, when you go through a lot of trauma, and feeling like you're nothing, because in my mind I was thinking, I don't want to die like my mother did. And
that haunted you.
And it haunted me because people would see me and say, oh, you look just like your mother.
Ooh.
She's just a little lighter than you, but you look just like her. You even walk like her. Oh, you have a mole like her.
Oh my.
It traumatized me so much so that I had the mole removed when I became 18 years old.
Was it on your face?
It was on my neck.
Wow.
And I wanted it removed because in my mind, I feared that when I became 23 years old, I was going to die just like her.
Wow.
And
that's a lot to carry.
It's a lot to carry. And feeling like you're not loved was another area. So I tried to find love in all the wrong places.
Why did you feel like you weren't loved? Because your grandparents took you guys in.
I felt like I wasn't loved because I didn't realize I was until I became an adult. But as a child, I did not feel loved because they got rid of every picture of my mother. So they had no pictures of her. They didn't want to talk about her. My grandparents slept in separate rooms. My grandmother wasn't the type of woman that will do hugs or say I love you.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother.
Things like that. And my grandfather, he used to remind me of Fred Sanford so much. And so he would let me and my brother lay on the bed with him and lay our head on him, things like that. But nobody said, I love you.
That was big back in our day.
Mm-hmm. They did not say that. And so I had a cousin who introduced church to my grandmother. And so what she did was she took us to church. Even though she stopped going, she made sure.
She made y'all win. She made sure
we went. Greased up and all.
Remember the day. Forehead, everything shining.
Everything shining. She sent us, and then I was introduced to what family really looks like. My pastor at the time, it was him and his wife and his children, and because they knew that I didn't have that, they would invite me over. So I was able to see them sit at the table together and have family meals and laugh and talk and cut up and do things like that. And then I began to learn the Word of God and began singing. So I started singing in the ensemble is what we started out. I can sing. I actually.
Y'all know how I do it. You on my show, you gotta sing a tune or something. See there? Oh yeah. You gotta sing you gotta hit something. It can be a one-liner.
One-liner.
Yes.
Well, I sing and I rap. So I have 4 songs that's been released this year, actually.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, we need a song. We need a line from you.
I did a song with my husband, and it's called "We Got Us." Yeah.
Okay.
And
we got us, y'all.
Not perfect every day, but our love won't fade away. Hold me in your arms, baby. You're my lucky charm. A smile on your face, make everything okay. I thank God for you every day. The way we see each other, looking through our eyes, and the chemistry we have, it's no surprise. When I scream and yell, I need to be held. Feel what I say, hear what I share, understand the plan when we talk and trust. Believe me when I say,
yes.
Baby, we got us. Our past a memory, what we don't want to be. I want to see forever. I'm talking you and me. What we have is special. We got people watching. Maybe we're not admit it, but some people mock it. Everything we do and everything we say. And I pray this love never goes away. That's a little rap part.
All right, honey, you did it.
She put me on the spot.
That's how I do. Because if you say you can sing or you got it right, I want to hear it. And my audience want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, and you oblige us. That's a true entertainer. When you can just hit it.
Hit it.
Okay. So you said one thing. You said you was looking for love in all the wrong places or all the wrong faces.
In all the wrong faces.
Yeah. So we passed the teenage stage. You going to church. Okay. So now we're getting ready to go into our adulthood.
Ooh.
How did you have these? Because I know you dealt with domestic violence yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Take us down that road.
Actually, let's go back to high school,
Okay.
which was my first experience of being raped. With someone that I trusted, that was my friend. We kind of grew up together. We were in the same classroom, and we went to a ball game. Me, him, and his cousin. His cousin liked me, and so we went to a ball game and had a great time. I trusted him. I mean, this is someone that we laugh, cut up, have a good time. We in class, let me see what's on your paper, you know, type of thing.
Yes.
And I never imagined that he would do that. And so, as we were coming back, his cousin that liked me, his house was before my home. And so he said, well, do you want me to ride with you, you know, to your home? And I said, no, I'm good. You know, this is Chris.
That's your boy.
It's my boy. It's
Right.
my homie.
Yes.
You know, and so when we get ready to leave, after dropping him off, there's this road, and it was called Wildcat Road. And so he began to go the opposite direction.
Not going
towards my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, where are you going? He said, oh, I got to go down here real quick. Me still being naive,
Your boy.
my boy, I'm not thinking anything wrong, takes me down this dark road. It was some houses a little further up. If you keep going back, it's nothing back there but darkness. And so I said, why are we back here? He said, because you're going to give me some. Give you some of what? And he parked the car. And I said, I'm not doing anything. I can't even believe you're doing it. You're supposed to be my friend. Why would you do that to me? And so he didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. He said, either you're going to give it to me or you're going to be walking from out here. I said, well, I'm going to be walking from out here. But no, that's when he began to grab me, tear my clothes off. Like we were fighting, wrestling. He was much taller, much wider than me. And he raped me. He raped me. And after he did it, he acted just like nothing was wrong. I cried all the way home. But I was scared to tell my grandmother when I went in because my grandmother was nobody to play with. She would have killed him. I didn't know what to do. When I got home, I hurried up and went to the bathroom. And I literally, you know, you see stuff on TV like that. You never think it's going to happen to you. I got in my bathtub and I just began to scrub myself and cry. My grandmother wasn't the type of person that was always looking over my shoulder type of thing. So she didn't come in there to see what was going on. And I had to go to school the next day. So I had to sit.
You had to see him.
I had to see him. I had to sit in that classroom and sit beside him.
Probably one of the most miserable points in your life.
It was so bad that I literally, tears was rolling down my face. Teacher didn't even ask me what was wrong. He said to me, what you crying for?
Nobody knows about rape unless it has been done to you.
Exactly.
And that's an experience that I've been through, and
It's horrific.
it consumes your brain.
It does.
Consumes
You can't
your
stop
emotion.
thinking about it. It
Over and
just keeps
over
going in your
and
mind
over.
over and over again. And then you think growing up that you forgot about it and you hadn't. This particular situation, I had a friend, another guy friend that was in the classroom with me, who was my homie too, who came to me and said, what is wrong? He said, you can tell me anything, just tell me. So I told him. He said, we're going to go to the office right now.
Wow.
So he took me to the office. And I'll never forget, the principal and the assistant principal was in there, and he told them what happened. And they told him, you can go ahead and leave, we got it from here. Well, after he left out, the principal was Chris's uncle. Yeah, it was his uncle. And because it was his uncle, he told me, do not share this with anybody else. I'm going to remove him from all of your classes. The assistant principal said, I don't know if we should do that. He said, no, you be quiet. This is how we're going to handle it.
Did the assistant principal want to tell the police?
He wanted to, but the principal told him no. He said, we're going to handle this situation. I'm going to talk to you once she leaves. He said, but we're going to take him out of all of your classes. And they did. I didn't see him anymore until years later after I was an adult. And I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'll never forget, it was me. It's so ironic how things happen. Sometimes when God has an assignment over your life, there's some things that He will allow you to experience, and there's some things He'll allow to come back full circle for you. And so I was an adult, I was in my 20s, and I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, and both my cousins were living with me at the time. And one of my cousins had a guy friend to come over, and my ex at the time was there. And so we were all laughing, having a good time. Her friend contacted someone and said, hey, cuz, he said, can you come over? He said, I'm in town. He was like, oh yeah, I'll come over here. I had no idea it was him.
It was him.
So when he came and he was knocking at the door, I opened the door. When I opened the door and seen him standing there,
I can imagine.
I lost it. You think you've gotten over something. A lot of us are carrying a lot of stuff until you actually are faced with it again. Yes. And so here he is in my face. I'm screaming, crying. I'm hitting him. And you know, he was like, what's wrong with you? I said, you know what you did to me. You raped me, because everybody was wondering, what is going on? And then he was like, that was a long time ago.
I bet you it felt amazing to be able to say it out of your mouth to the person who did it to you. You raped me.
Yeah. And I was able to get it all out that day. And his cousin that was there, friend, cousin, whatever they were, he was like, oh my God, I didn't know. I would have never asked him to come over here if I'd known that.
No, he needed to come over.
And he took him out. And my ex went out there with them. And I don't know all that they said to him. I didn't even ask. I didn't even care. I was able to release everything that I had held in. And so eventually, as time went on, I found out later my cousin had called me, told me that he was arrested, that he had gotten on drugs, had tied up his wife and his child.
He took that mentality right on with him into adulthood.
Yep, and he was driving and killed a state trooper, and he's in prison right now to this day.
Wow. Yeah. So you had to face that. And who wants anybody to be in jail? But that was his. That was the
cost he had to pay.
That was the cost he had to pay. So now you're moving on. You are an adult, and you're sassy, you're feisty, you're doing your thing, and you meet this person that commits domestic violence against you.
Yes. I talked about it in the book, in one of my chapters in Life, Love,
First of all, tell us your book.
Okay. So
your book is.
I actually I have 4 books. 2 of them were a collaboration. The first book I ever wrote in my chapter was Declaring to Win the Fight. That's on Amazon. All of them are on Amazon. Okay. At that particular time, my name was Catrese Davis. Okay. That's when I experienced domestic violence. And then I did another collaboration called Life, Love, and Lockup. And I talk about my healing had started going on at that particular time. And I was able to be transparent about the domestic violence that I experienced in my chapter in Life, Love, and Lockup. And then I remarried after going through all of that domestic violence, which I'm gonna go back towards that.
Because this is the month with awareness for it. So yes.
And so me and him did a book called Beyond the Sale, and that talks about branding, marketing, real estate, just different things in that particular book. And then also, Her Strength Came.
That's the book. That's the one that's out right now.
That's the one
that's
that's
cute
out
book.
right
It's
now.
got her experience. That's Her Strength experience.
Her strength was built off of the traumas, the deceptions,
all the stuff.
Oh my God, the depressions, everything that I went through, people that were in my life that have crossed my path, things that they've been through. Of course, I had to change their names. But me, I put the information about myself. You know I'm talking about me because I'm letting you know that I'm talking about me. And so it's just interesting because, believe it or not, I even went to prison at one point.
Her little cute self went to prison.
I did. I did for something that I did not do, but because I was a part of it. Association will get you locked up, you know. And then unfortunately, it was a family member who didn't speak up to tell the truth.
How long were you in prison?
I was in there for 3 months.
Okay.
Wasn't long, but
God
it was
just
definitely
tapped you on your hand a little bit.
He just gave me a little experience so
that
I
can
can
put
be
it in
able
a
to
book.
help. Exactly. So I can help others
somebody,
because it's been expunged off my record. It's been sealed. That's a whole nother miracle. Listen, I got a series of books I know I need to write, and stories and movies because so much has happened. People would be blown away. I can't tell it all. But
well, let's go back to the relationship with the domestic violence.
With the domestic violence. Whew. So in that relationship, if you ever experience being loved and tormented at the same time, that was me.
You're so happy at one point and you want to stay with this person and you want to make this beautiful relationship, and then later on that evening he popping you upside your head.
Oh my goodness.
Or accusing you.
He opened up a side of me that I had shut down. That fun side of me. I had become so serious all the time, and but he opened up that fun side of me. We were hanging out. It was like a Bonnie Clyde situation, and you know, I began to do different things that I had not done before, and so he would extremely pamper me. Like, I'm talking about the massages. I'm talking about rubbing you from your head to your toe, telling you you're beautiful all the time.
Making you feel beautiful.
Making you feel beautiful, you know. Bringing you breakfast in bed and, you know, things like that he would do. We ride out on the town, put the top back, you know, just having a good time. And then that other side that could not help himself but cheat, like a serial cheater. Just cheating, just got it in there any type of way, however he could get it in there. He was
doing it.
But the thing about it was he would use women to get money. I don't care what type of woman it was. Use them to get the money and then bring it home. But I didn't know he was doing that.
And take care of you with it.
And take care of me with it. That's what he did. But if I found out anything, I'm the one that got the whooping for it.
So if you found out anything that he was cheating, he'd do for it.
Yeah, he would. He would go get drunk, come back, start up an argument out of nowhere, or fight wrestling me, or if I tried to go somewhere, if he didn't want me to go or he didn't like what I had on, he would get a belt. I'll never forget the first time.
Spank you with a belt.
Spanked me with a belt like I was a child.
Wow. And
I literally had to scream out the name of Jesus in order for him to stop. I had to say it over and over again, and he finally just stopped. Hit me with a belt. Or putting his hand over my mouth and I couldn't breathe. In the shower, because I stood up to him and said, I ain't scared of you. I had to do one of them moves. I ain't scared of you. Now I'm thinking it's over with. I done got in the shower. I'm taking a shower.
Ooh, he what they call that, premeditated.
Premeditated. He waited till I got nice and lathered up. He came in there, punched me right in the stomach, took my breath away. You know, so it's things like that. And then because at the time I was heavy in church, and I was one of the leaders in the church, too embarrassed to tell anybody. You know, because you have this image that everybody look at you to be a strong
because
woman.
outside of the house you wanted to look a certain way.
That's right.
And the terror you was going on.
And the terror that I was going on at home. And I dealt with it for probably 5 years.
How did you break away? How did you finally make it up in your mind? I gotta go.
I had started a business, and it was going great. This was in 2019 when I decided I gotta break free from this. It's too much. It had got me to a point where I was putting devices on his phone, getting recordings of him having conversations.
So why was you doing that? Because you knew when you find out he was gonna beat you.
But I wanted to know. I have no idea why I wanted to know, but I needed to know. And I would find his location. I would show up. He's there at the woman's house. I'm talking about I'm in the rain, because you have to remember, he gave me some love that I had never experienced before.
Good love.
That good love.
And then
you know, you be with other men and they show you attention, but this was a different type of love that he showed me.
That was a mind thing. He was captivating.
He had manipulated me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was so easily manipulated, because I was one of the women that said, I ain't putting up with this mess. You know, I don't know how they deal with that, because I'm not going to deal with that until you actually
formula.
Get in it.
He had a formula.
He did. He was good at what he did.
So you got out of this, and you said that was in 2019.
That was in 2019, and I woke up and I said, I can't do this no more. I'm better than this. I have to learn how to love me. I'm more valuable than how he's treating me.
Yes.
That's not love. That's manipulation. And so, but to me, it felt like love. You gotta remember, I grew up. He
loved me so much.
I thought he did, because he was my biggest cheerleader. He would serve me, carry my Bible and stuff around. Oh, he did it all.
And did it in public.
And did it in public.
So he can look like the man of the year.
Made everybody think, oh, you got you a good man.
But he at home.
They had no idea what I was going through at home. So what I did was I waited. I waited till he left to go to work. I went and got me a truck from Home Depot.
No, you didn't slide away while he was gone.
I slid away.
He came home and everything was gone.
Everything was gone.
I hope you didn't leave nothing.
Everything was gone. I was gone.
Wow.
I was gone.
So after you left him, okay, now I got my strength, my peace.
Yes.
We going into 2020, and now you find out you got cancer and stuff.
All in the same year. So in 2019, I left him. I filed for divorce. I did the divorce myself. And it was done within 31 days, because that was the statute in here in the state of Georgia. And then I was on Talk Show Divas at the time. And that's when I did the book, Life, Love, and Lockup. That's when I met Michelle Lovett. And she,
Hi, Michelle. I love her.
And she told me, she was like, you know what, I'm doing a collaboration. I would love to have you to be part of that. At first I was like, I don't know. She's like, come on, you can do it. And so I went ahead and I did it. I'm glad I did. And I met some wonderful women, and it was awesome. And it also helped. That was part of my healing journey. As well. And so I went through that, and what happened, which is crazy, this is crazy, as we were going to have the book launch, we did a filming. So Michelle was like, she called me, she was like, listen, I want to do a filming at the Hilton Hotel. She said, it's going to be like we're delivering a baby, but it's the book that we're delivering. She said, and I want you to be the one to deliver it. And so she chose another person to be the one that's carrying the baby. And then we had a couple other people around that act like they were, like nurse assistants and all of that.
Right.
And so here we were filming. I got the cover over her legs, and I'm at the bottom, and I'm coaching her, and they telling her to push. And I mean, we are doing it just like we in the hospital. And then when I delivered the baby, I have it covered. So then when I have it covered and I pull it out and I pull the cover back, that's when they see life, love, and lock up. And so after we finished, I sat on the edge of the bed, on the right side of the bed, and Michelle said, I'm going to record you. You tell everybody where they can find you at on social media. So, and I can't make this up now. Social media, she was literally recording this. This happened on live, Facebook. She's recording me. I'm saying to them how they can reach me on social media, and all of a sudden, bang! My side of the bed hits the floor for no reason. I fall on the floor. My ankle hits the bottom of the bed. Immediately it starts swelling. They called the people downstairs. They came, wrote up an incident report, and they was like, you need to go to the doctor. I was like, no, the launch is tomorrow. I'll go and get a ace bandage put around my ankle. I'm gonna be good. And actually, you could, when they filmed it, the launch, you can see me walking with the bandage on my ankle. And so a week went by and the swelling still hadn't went down. And she was like, you gotta go to the doctor. You can't keep walking around like that. I was like,
well, you thought it was gonna go down.
I thought it was gonna go down.
Yeah.
And so I went to the doctor. And when I got there, my blood pressure was so low that they said something's wrong. So they made me lay down. They took my blood pressure again. They said, no, it's still too low. They made me stand up. I stood up. It was still too low. They said, no, we need you to get some blood drawn. Now I went in for my ankle.
And they drawing blood.
And they drawing blood because my blood pressure was too low. They do the normal vital signs when you come in there. And so I go to get my blood taken. Test results come back. My blood is too low. They said, you need to get an endoscopy.
They need to find out what's
we need to find out what's going on. An endoscopy and a colonoscopy.
Yes.
So I prepared to get that done.
Did they keep you in the hospital at this point?
No.
Oh,
they still let me go home.
Okay.
They still let me go home. They scheduled me to get the endoscopy done. I did the endoscopy, and then they told me they seen something. So they wanted to do more testing and do a biopsy. Did the biopsy, and I received a phone call on a Friday. My children happened to be at home. Two of my daughters and my son. My other son wasn't there. I have 4 children, and so my son was there from college. He was going to Georgia State University, so he wasn't too far from the college, and so he came by, and my other 2 daughters came by to visit me. They happened to be there when I got the phone call.
But God. Nobody
but God. So they telling me that I have cancer. They didn't go into details. They said you have cancer in your stomach. You're gonna get a phone call on next week. This on a Friday evening.
Now you got to go the whole weekend.
Got to go the whole
wondering
weekend.
What's going.
It was a very hard call to take because I had lost a friend that I met through my cousin to breast cancer earlier part of that year. I had another friend who just went through breast cancer, and here I am. You're telling me that I have stomach cancer. I'm thinking stomach cancer. And I heard people prostate cancer,
right. All
breast
kinds of
cancer, but
well, how do I have
cancer?
How do I have stomach cancer?
He said, well, we'll talk about it on next week. You're going to go to the Cancer Winship Institute. They're going to give you a call and tell you when to come. Now, I had to get off that phone. I waited 10 minutes to think about what I was just told. So I started thinking, oh my God, what are my children going to do if something happened to me? Are they prepared?
You think the absolute worst.
The absolute worst. And then I said, am I prepared? I had all kinds of emotions going on, but I knew that I had to be strong for them. I could not let them see me break down. So I pulled myself together. I went out there like I was Superwoman.
Here we go. That black girl magic about to take over.
Yes, I went out there like I was Superwoman, and I told them, listen, I need to have a talk with y'all. And I shared with them what they said. And of course, they broke down. And I always, you know, I have this one daughter who's Miss Drama Queen.
I have one of those too.
So I knew I definitely couldn't break down in front of her, but you know, I didn't make light of her situation, you know, with her crying and upset. Mommy, I can't lose you. What am I going to do without you, Mama? You know, but I calmed her down. I comforted her, and I told her everything's going to be all right. I'm good, because I serve a God that's bigger than this.
Yes.
You know, and so I told them, I said, I need my time to myself. I need y'all to go home. Everything's going to be good. So my oldest daughter, she said, well, Mama, can I go with you? I said, sure, you can go with me. When I go, I'll let you know what they say. And I told my son, I don't want you worried about me. I need you to go on back to college and focus on that. I'm going to be good. But when they left out that door, it was me and God.
Okay, God, what's going on?
Okay, why?
Why?
Why me? Why I got to
And
go
God
through this?
said, why not you?
Why
Because
not?
I prepared you already.
Hello?
Okay. So it's so much more I want to talk to you about. So you went through that process. You end up having to have surgery, I take it.
I did. I had to have surgery. It was a success. The first 4 months, I could not eat any food because they had to remove part of my intestines, part of my stomach.
Did you have radiation treatment and all that?
I had a little bit of radiation, a little bit of chemo. I took the chemo pill for a year.
Okay.
After the surgery, I had to take the chemo pill for a year. Actually, I had 14 medications that I had to take. I went from a size 12 to a size 2.
Ooh.
Because I had to do juicing.
They thought you was going to crack
They
when
did.
they
You seen them pictures, you would have been like, oh my God.
Oh.
Look totally different.
Wow.
I was skin and bones. I was smaller than my youngest daughter. And didn't look like myself at all. So, you know, I had to deal with that, looking at me looking totally different. But I juiced at first, then I went to pureed, and then I was able to eat soft foods until I was able to get back to solid food.
And this all took maybe a year. A year's time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, of course, you got through it.
I got through it. I'm here.
So you was a size 2 with big boobies, huh?
Yeah.
You was killing the button. You know, I had to say that. So, okay. So now we done got through that. And this you're because everybody think the diary of dating is just about being single. But as a married, you have to continue to date.
Yes.
Okay. So now you married to this wonderful guy that's in the studio. Look, he looking around, y'all. Okay. So you met this gentleman and you got married. Take us through that. And then we also going to talk about how y'all reached a point where you needed to separate and then you had to date and get that back.
Yes.
Take us through that.
When we first met, actually we hadn't seen each other in the industry, but didn't really know each other. And we never had a conversation. He had a birthday party. This was probably like in 2017. And I happened to come to the birthday party because my ex had a old school car and he was trying to do a video shoot, but that didn't work out. So we never had a conversation. But when I crashed his birthday party, because it was a public party.
Yeah, you crashed up in there, huh?
That's when I had started, you know, my makeup business, and he allowed me to share about my makeup business. But I didn't see him anymore for some years, a couple of years.
Oh, so y'all seen each other a couple different, y'all was in each other's company a couple different times.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I seen him again in 2019 when I was going through. He was hosting ATL's Hottest. And at that time, I was single. And he was hosting. I won Ms. ATL's Hottest Awards. That year, I also won Ms. ATL's Hottest Makeup Artist as well. So I won those 2 awards. He was the one that presented me the awards.
Oh, my.
And during that time, I never had a conversation with him then either.
Wow.
It wasn't until 2021 when he was going through a divorce at the time, and a couple of friends had introduced us, and we had some conversation, and then his divorce was finalized, and we were inboxing each other at first.
They won't slide in each other's DMs.
Well, no phone numbers exchanged yet. We won't want to exchange no numbers. We were inboxing each other. And then it turned into a music battle. He loved music. I love music. So then we started talking to each other through the music. We would send songs to each other, and it would be a conversation of songs.
2 entertainers. That's how y'all hearts met.
That's how our hearts met. That's through music.
Wow.
And it was amazing because I never had a music conversation with someone. We were like dating virtually, you know. And
so you was in North Carolina?
No, I was in Georgia. We both were in Georgia.
And y'all was going back and forth like that?
Back and forth in Georgia.
Okay.
Virtually.
Okay.
Won't know coming over yet. Won't know exchanging phone numbers.
Well, eventually he came over.
Eventually he came over.
He came over.
He came over, and I cooked him dinner, and we had a chemistry.
Okay. So then y'all decided to get married.
Yeah. We decided to get married. Okay. We were in Tennessee. It was amazing. We had an awesome time together, building, doing vision boards together, all of that.
Okay. So we got to be getting together, okay, because I need to talk about aviation. I need to take some time for that.
That's how I ended up getting into aviation. Was when we went to Tennessee.
Okay. So y'all got this romance going. It's hot and heavy, and y'all married, because a lot of married couples go through this, and your testimony can help them. You know what I'm saying? So when did it
start falling apart? He was diagnosed with diabetes, and before we married, right before we got married, we was literally getting married, and I had found out something that he had betrayed me while we were dating in our early stages, but I didn't find out till later. So now I'm in love.
Yeah.
And I moved forward with it. We went through counseling, and then everything was good.
But you said that was when y'all was dating, and you found out once y'all got married.
Right before we got married.
Right before you got married.
I found out right before we got married.
Okay. But you
I could have called it off.
Yeah.
But I didn't call it off. We had a conversation about it. And then we went through some counseling, and we moved forward.
Okay.
We moved forward.
Okay.
But then things started happening, health-wise.
Health can definitely tear you apart.
Yes. Health-wise, he got hurt on the job, and the diabetes didn't make it any better. It was getting worse. His numbers were uncontrollable. And everything was on me at this point because he couldn't work. He became very depressed.
When you're diabetic, and your numbers are uncontrollable, you can't do much.
You can't
until they get that under
they
control.
can get it under control.
Yeah.
It takes you through a lot. I did not understand how diabetes is something serious.
I'm on right now. They call mind control. I don't have to take anything for it because I've been the same way for the last couple of years, and that scared me because I've watched people get amputations from it.
Me too.
You know, people die from it.
My grandfather died from it.
So at this point, he's depressed. You like carrying the load. And you like and.
I'm like, this is unreal.
Retreat to each other's corners.
I talk about caregivers. People don't understand how being a caregiver can be very heavy.
Oh.
And sometimes you want to run.
Yes.
But you know you can't.
Yes.
You gotta stay here. You gotta, because
Especially
it could
when
be
it's
you.
with your husband.
Right. It could be you.
Because you took
The
those
tables
vows.
could be turned.
Yeah.
And the tables were turned during the marriage. So he's going through the diabetes. He's depressed. He's in a deep depression because now he can't do all the things he used to do. And neuropathy setting in. And then I go through getting hit by an 18-wheeler. Then that happened in November. Then by December, because it messed up my tooth when I got hit with 18-wheeler, the dentist had left a tooth deep down in my gum I didn't know was there, so I was in a lot of pain. We finally had to go to emergency surgery. One of the dentists finally realized what it was. Had to go somewhere else. Then in January, me and him decide we're gonna go to the gym. We at the gym, we working out, we sweating. Get ready to leave the gym. I said, something wrong with my eyes. They were irritated. He takes me to the hospital because it wouldn't go away, it was bad. So he takes me to the hospital. They give me a syringe with saline solution, but they gave me the wrong saline solution. It had salt in it.
Oh my gosh.
They tell me to put it in my eyes now. The cool water made it feel good. So I did it all night. When I woke up that morning, I was blind. I could not see.
Wow.
He got on the phone and he contacted an ophthalmologist, a specialist, and they said, bring her in. And I got there. Oh my God. I had no corneas. None.
Oh my
They
goodness.
were completely gone. The lady told me, you are legally blind. They said, we have never seen anything like this in our life, ever. And so they put this stuff in my eyes. My eyes were like a Hulk Hogan.
Like they was the
green.
Or like Michael Jackson.
Ooh, they were.
Wow.
Yes, it was bad. I had to go there every single day. It was $200 a day for co-payment to go in there, and I had to go in there every single day. They had me bandage up. I probably got my sight back after a couple of months. But
so both of y'all now out of work.
Now both of us out of work.
Sitting at home.
Sitting at home. But me, I said, well, these bills got to be paid. So I told the people on my job.
Look, what's your blind ass?
Okay. Look, I couldn't see, but I could hear, and I could talk. And I told them, I said, and I was in aviation then, okay?
Okay.
So I told them, I said, listen, I know I can't see, and I can't talk, but I'm going to have my husband to go through my emails for me and send whatever needs to be sent. But any type of counseling y'all need, consulting y'all need, you can talk to me.
Okay.
And that's what they did.
Okay.
They literally would call me, so I was working blind.
Wow. So how did y'all get back? Let's speed this up. How did y'all get back to dating and falling back in love? And
so with all of that drama going on, getting through that, I got my sight back, and after we moved away from Tennessee, now the tension is already
also
back.
y'all lived in Tennessee.
We lived in Tennessee during that time.
I like Tennessee.
Yeah. And then when we left Tennessee, because I ended up opening the office in Brickell in Miami, when we moved to Miami, we thought we're going to start over from scratch. Fresh start. He had got a job, got on that job, and when they were walking off the truck to put some appliances, they had put some appliances on the truck, they were walking back across the ramp. The driver just drives off, and he is walking across the ramp, falls with a split, his legs in a split. Now he done hurt himself all over again. Which, having a lot of pain, when you're diabetic, you don't heal as easily.
No, you do not.
And it caused him to go into a deeper depression again. Now I'm right back at it again with the load by myself. And you all know Miami is very expensive.
Very. Yes.
And so he shut down. And because he shut down, I shut down. So now here we are, both shut down, instead of us taking the time to communicate, to share how we feel.
Where you are. Look, baby, I'm trying to get out of this funk. It won't let me. So I need you to be patient with me. Seconds at a time. You know, da 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 da. But that don't show up when you in the midst of it.
And then telling your friends and your family only made it worse.
Leave him.
Yes.
Leave her.
That's it. You ain't got to be with her. You ain't got to be with him. You know, and when you get all of that in your ears and you frustrated, you're tired, you're dealing with sickness and all kinds of stuff. You know, I had my own health issues too, because I have to take a pill every day for the rest of my life because I have hypothyroidism. And a lot of people don't know about that.
Absolutely.
But we dealing with all of that. My eyes still hadn't completely healed yet because the film hadn't healed across my eyes, but I could still see. We just, you know, I said, I can't do this. I can't do it. And so he left and he went back to his hometown. We were apart, and then we began to have conversation. We decided, let's try some counseling.
And people think counseling is for the weak, but counseling is to save your marriage or life, you know, and so on.
It is.
Yeah.
But the problem was we couldn't do it alone without counseling. And so what happened was we flared up again and we separated again. But this last time is forever. Because we put God in it this time. We made God the foundation.
That was what was missing.
That's what was missing. Before he came back home, we started doing Bible study together, just me and him, every week. He started sending me prayers every morning when I wake up. There were prayers.
So y'all was like in the early dating stages.
We were in the early dating stages.
Like, oh, my boo just sent me a verse.
Yes. So we started dating all over again.
Yeah.
You know,
put that fire back, ignited that fire.
But what we had to do before we could start really dating, we had to talk about the hard issues.
Hard part.
We had to talk about things we did not want to talk about because we could not allow that to come back in. We couldn't carry that baggage and move forward. You can't.
When I was married to one of my husbands, I've been married twice, but we went to counseling, and the counselor told us, if it's over there in that pile, you are not allowed to pick it up. You know, and then you have to also be able to understand, okay, because you feel a certain kind of way, a person, your spouse cannot devalue it. Might not make it right or wrong, but if I feel this way, what you said made me feel this way, doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. I'm telling you how it made me feel.
Absolutely.
Okay, honey, I understand how that made you feel. We don't have to go back on about it. We ain't got to say who was right and who was wrong, but you got to understand that made me feel some type of way. Okay?
Effective communication.
That's effective communication.
Because communicating does not mean it's effective.
Okay.
You have to be able to hear and understand what I'm saying. This is how you made me feel.
Yeah.
It may not necessarily be what you felt like you've done.
But this is how I felt.
So accept how I felt.
Yeah.
And what can we do to make sure I don't feel that way anymore?
Right.
And that's what you have to look at.
Yes.
The solution.
Get to the solution, not the issue.
I was feeling.
Yes.
This ain't about whether you were right or wrong.
This is how I felt.
This is how I felt.
Yeah.
So how can we make this better?
Yes.
And I can't expect you to know what I need and what I want, and I don't tell you.
So let me say this.
We do that. We think they're supposed to know what I want. They're supposed to know this already.
So you would tell someone out there, just because your marriage was in danger, don't mean it has to end.
That's
It's
absolutely
work
right. It's hard work.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
But you have to want.
But I'd rather have that hard work with you.
I'd rather have that hard work with you than without you. You have to make the decision. Do I want you or do I not want you? How bad do I want you? How bad do I want this marriage?
Yes.
How bad do I want you?
Yes. So guys, the Diary of Dating ain't just for the people that are single. It's because you got to date when you
You
marry.
have to date when you married.
Yeah.
You can, because it's easy to get comfortable.
Yes.
And we feel like I ain't got to do all that no more.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Still got to get up, be cute,
You gotta be
smell
cute,
good,
smell
look good.
good.
Okay, so now let me get to this aviation part, y'all, because I cannot end this interview without this part. Explain to my viewers, because you're a black woman. Okay, so I'm a flight attendant, and it's different when, like, I have a friend that's a flight attendant. I've interviewed her on my show. She about this tall. She come out and she'll stand next to me, and when they going out, and the folks be like, "Oh, you don't want to land this airplane? You did that?" And the white people be like, you know, and this black lady was 83 years old. She said, "I didn't think I would ever see a black pilot, female." And she went up and hugged her. Matter of fact, I took a picture of them together. But tell me, how did you get in this industry? And I need the quick version.
The quick version. Real quick.
Sorry. Because I can sit here and talk to her all day.
Okay, real quick. I was in Tennessee because I had a contract with the Memphis Grizzlies at the time, and I was in their HR department.
Okay.
I was on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Believe it or not, people look for you on LinkedIn.
They do.
Do not
They do.
sleep on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Okay? So these people from Hong Kong contacted me on LinkedIn. And I thought, this must be a
A
joke.
scam.
Yeah, I did. Because there was a lot of scamming going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, oh, this is crazy. And they wanted to have an interview with me at nighttime.
Because it's different time
Because it's
zones.
different time zones. I wasn't thinking about that. I just said, somebody playing games. But I said, so I told my husband, I said, do you know somebody called me talking about having an interview with somebody from Hong Kong? He said, well, just see what happened. So I did. And that was the beginning of me with aviation. They said they had not had anyone in their human resources department in 8 months. And they needed somebody.
Yeah. And you had to learn a lot about aviation at this
I had
point.
to learn a lot about aviation because I had never been in the aviation world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I interviewed with them, and they said, we want you. I came in cleaning everything up. Cleaning everything
Black girl
up.
magic.
Okay. And because I was a black female, you know how it is in the industry.
Oh.
The president at the time was a white male.
Mm.
And he was compatible.
Who is she to tell me what to do?
Ooh, it was something. Coming in here changing things, but I was cleaning stuff up. And it became a battle between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, I'm learning aviation too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning about the A320s and the Boeings, you know, and all of that. It was exciting getting in the aviation industry, but I realized it was male dominant.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not only male dominant, but
White male
it was
dominant.
white male dominant.
Absolutely.
And so as time went on and they started seeing the changes that was happening and the morale going up, they promoted me. I started off as a HR journalist, went to a senior HR journalist. Within that following year, I had become the HR manager. Then they came back and they said, we want to make you an executive. That president that tried to get rid of me,
Oh, I'm sure he was gone.
behind my back,
Yeah.
was contacting them in Hong Kong, saying all of these things about me. They were doing an investigation on me, and I didn't even know it. And when they finished the investigation, they had me to let them go.
For the job I would like. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to let you
Yeah,
go.
they sent in one of their officers.
I'm sure they had to have a security there.
Yeah, I had security there.
mhm.
I'll never forget the meeting. We were in the meeting. They sent one of their officers from Hong Kong. He was he lived in Miami, but he was one of the officers with that particular company. And he came in and he sat in the room with me, and that's what we did. We let him go. And he was so angry
It's always hard, because I was a manager of Marriott, and I had to always let people go. And it's hard letting people go.
Especially when you were making that kind of money.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
he was
sure
making
he was $6 easily.
yeah, almost $500,000 almost.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we're doing this, he was a little cocky. He was like, "Oh, basically, I ain't going nowhere. Today is your last day." So I contacted IT, had everything shut down, but he didn't want to talk to the other officer of the company. He didn't want to talk to nobody but me in private. And this is the same one that tried to get rid of me, to talk to me in private. I was a little skeptical, but I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and I talked to him, and he broke down crying.
Wow.
And he told me, he said, "I need your help." He said, "One thing I can say about you since you've been in this company is you have been fair across the board.
Wow.
I've watched you. And I know we had shaky ground in the beginning." He said, "But I need your help." He said, "I need your help in getting me some severance pay." And I did. I did. I helped him get the severance pay. I did the negotiations. He didn't want to talk to nobody else but me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the middle person. And it's been an experience. It's been an amazing experience working with them on a global
Yes.
level and having meetings and them entrusting me to run the company like that. Like they're different locations and contacting me for consulting. It's amazing to be able to do that. I never in a million years thought that I would have been sitting in a chair of that manner.
And that magnitude.
Yeah.
So, if you had to tell my viewers, even though, because I'm where you were before, you've been raped, not loved, loving all the wrong faces, accidents, health, experiences back and forth with your husband, pulling through that. What would you tell my viewers? I know 2 words: give up, don't give up. 3 words,
Never.
but never. Okay, but what would you sum all that up for me?
And never giving up. Never give up, because you will never understand what your true assignment and purpose is. You have to turn your pain into purpose.
Yes.
There is always something out there for you to do. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how many times you failed. You can always get back up. Every scar that you have is not a symbol of shame. Your scars are a symbol of survival. Understand that whatever you want to do, live in freedom every day. Don't stop. Keep moving. I'm telling you that if you keep going, you will reach greater results than if you turn back around. So move forward. Don't look backwards. Because if you look backwards, you're going to run into something. But if you look forward, you can see everything that's ahead of you. You can see everything that's on the side of you. And let me tell you something. Even though things may come in your way, you can jump over it. You can walk over it. You can skip over it. You can fly over it. Listen,
Yes.
I'm telling you that if you stay focused, sometimes it may be times you may have to cry. It may be times that you may want to give up. That's a thought, but it don't have to be an action. You can think it, but you don't have to allow it to come into manifestation. Your manifestation comes when you start speaking over your life. When you tell yourself, oh, I'm not giving up. I might feel bad today, but I'm going to feel good in just a few minutes. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep walking. I'm not going to stop. I don't care what nobody say around me, because it ain't about you. It's about me now. It's about the strength that God has given me. And there is nothing that can stop me. That's how you got to think. And that's how you got to move. No matter what you do, remember, you have the strength to make it. Because in your strength, it comes from God. Every pain you feel, every scar that you have is only a representation of your purpose, of where you're going. Don't give up on your assignment because you have one.
Never give up.
Never give up.
As we wrap up this inspiring episode, I want to take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey we've heard from Catrese Bosscat. Bosscat.
Can I say 3 words real
Yes.
quick? I just want to say too, reclaim who you are,
Ooh, go there.
redefine who you are, and then rise in who you are.
And I'm going to add one, reinvent. All right, Catrese, your resilience in the face of adversity, especially battling stomach cancer during a pandemic, is a testament of your strength and determination. You've shown us that even in our darkest moments, we can find a way to rise and thrive. Your pursuit of a doctorate, we didn't get to talk about that, but she is working on her doctorate. She got graduated December 6th.
That's it. Thank you.
To set to be completed December 6th is a remarkable achievement that speaks to your commitment to personal growth and lifelong learning. It is a reminder that it is never too late to chase our dreams, no matter the challenges we face. In addition to your academic pursuit, your work in aviation and entertainment coaching highlights the diverse path we can take in our careers. Your ability to blend these fields demonstrate the power of adaptability and passion, encouraging others to embrace their unique journeys. Thank you for sharing your insight on love, resilience, and dating over 50. Your story reminds us that you can love and be reignited. I'm sorry. Your story reminds us that love can be reignited and that it is possible to navigate a relationship with your amazing husband with newfound wisdom and strength. Well, I hope you found inspiration in Catrese's journey. Remember, it is never too late to pursue your dreams, reconnect with love, and embrace life adventures. Join us the next time on the Diary of Dating Over 50, where we continue to explore the stories that shape our lives. Thank you for listening, and we love you. This is Tanya R. Lewis with the Diary of Dating Over 50. Until the next episode. Thank you.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating, or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.